Hi everybody, it's Diana with stampingwithdie.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 158. I'm looking around, yes, 158. Welcome, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Diana and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So I'm so glad that you're here today. And I am just giddy with what I'm going to share with you today. We're going to do some punch art. And a lot of times when I'm doing other things, I'll be working on something for a class or whatever. I'll do something and it will look like something else. And then I will just set it on my desk so that I remember to do it later. And that's exactly how this project came about. I punched something out one day. And I was like, hey, I'm going to make up fill in the blanks. So I can't wait to share that with you. I kept putting it off because I didn't really have a stamp set to go with it. And a lot of times if I don't have a stamp set that has a certain greeting, I'll do it on the computer and then I use a die, to cut it out or a punch or whatever. So that isn't that big of a deal, but I really wanted a stamp set that went with it. And then lo and behold, we have a new one coming January the 5th that is exactly the set that I wanted to go with this. So I'm going to use that as well as a few other things, some fun punches and some dies. So I have a whole bunch of stuff all over the place to share with you today. So close your eyes while I get myself adjusted. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so I think that looks good. Excuse me. I have a crazy tickle in my throat. All right, so let's make sure you can see good. And I think you can. My little camera gets a little bit wiggly. Okay, so that looks good because you do not want to miss this. So we have, I'm going to need a few things. Okay, so let's get what I'm using stamp set wise. All right, so these are all the things I have out. Now, can you kind of tell what's going on? You have all these fun little colors. All right, so this is what's going to be used today. So let me let the camera get adjusted. There we go. So we have Daffodil Daydream, Conversation Bubbles, Taco Fiesta. There's the stamp set I was waiting on. And then I used some dies. So I'm using the full basket die, the all that die, the Conversation Bubbles, which goes with that stamp set, tailor-made tags, and I also pulled out the time-worn type embossing folder. So we have all those things there. The punches that I'm going to use are these. So we have this whale punch. Can you see that? The whale punch. Then we have the decorative circle. And we have the hedgehog builder. So I grabbed those two. All right, I think that's all the stuff I need. Now, I also am going to use my Simply Scored as well. So I'm going to punch a few circles. And this is where I put the time-worn die. So you can see it put a little bit of a pattern on there. So we're just going to punch out a few circles. And I also want some plain circles. That's all I think I can get out of there. All right. So while we have this Simply Scored here, I want to score this along, and I'm going to score it like here, because I don't want to be reading it. I just wanted that texture on there, so I don't care if the words are there. So we're just going to score it about here. And then we're going to fold this up like that. So can you kind of see what it looks like? All right, so now this is a plain one. So I'm going to do one with a pattern and one as a plain one. And I liked it so it kind of went down a little bit. So let me do another. And I just made this mark on my Simply Scored. This is just down the 6. So I just drew like a Sharpie red. So I don't have to be up here. So if I want to do a straight line, I can start in the middle and it still works. And then that way, if I ever want to do something half, I can go half and half if I don't want to score in the center, and I know I'm using the same line. So that's why this marks here. This isn't on here normally. That's just something that I have done to put a little guide if you're wondering. All right, so back behind me with the Simply Scored. All right, so we have this one and a plain one. So can you tell what I'm making? Just by looking at this, you should be able to see we are going to be making some tacos. All right. I showed Jeff and he was like, okay, that is super cute. All right, so now we're going to bring our hedgehog over and we're going to do some punching. So we want, this is parakeet, and I'm just going to punch a bunch. Now, if you don't want to waste paper, which I'm kind of wasting paper, but I just grabbed some, you can cut your parakeet thinner, so you're only getting what you want, because I just kind of want the one little guy. All right, so there we have some. So this is what I'm using for my lettuce. So we want also some dark lettuce. And then this is granny apple. So we have our granny apple. So punch stuff is so much fun. Okay, so we have, so there's our punches. And then what I wanted is, so that was the hedgehog. Then I wanted something for sour cream. I don't know, Jeff's not a big sour cream person, but I love sour cream on my taco. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to use the whale punch, because this whale punch has these little, you know, watery things, and it just reminded me of, you know, sour cream splatteries or whatever. So I'm just going to punch a few of those. Like that. All right, so I think that's all the punching. And then you just have to find all the pieces that you do want. So I want those little, whatever those are, they look like teardrops. So that's why I'm always like, when you punching or when you're die cutting, you always want to not throw things away. You always want to look at your garbage, because you don't know what you're going to do with it. Sometimes it turns into something cool. All right, so that looks good. So that's my little bits of sour cream. So then I need my silicone, because we're going to start to glue our tacos together. Now, we also used basic black cardstock and a Poppy Parade, but those I used with the dies, and these are the pieces that I got out of the die, because I also like on my taco, again, and Jeff is not a fan, I like black olives. So these are from the Taylor, because did I tell you the dies? I think I did, didn't I? Oh my gosh, did I? Yes, I did. These are the tailor-made tags, and these are the cute little circle reinforcers that you put on your tag, and I thought these make the perfect little olive, and I'm just cutting them in half. You could leave them whole if you wanted, but I'm just going to cut them in half. So, and then I thought, you know what? I also like tomatoes on my taco. Now cheese also is on your tomato, or on your taco, but I did not do cheese just because the shell already kind of had that color, and I don't want to have it be too busy, but I wanted some little tomatoes. So this is from that is it All That? Yeah, this is the All That die, and I was like, look at these little squares. So again, this would be considered garbage that you would throw away. But no, it makes the perfect little pieces of tomato. All right, so now we have our cute little tomatoes. So I'm just kind of being is that called sous chef? Is that the sous chef that gets all the stuff ready in the kitchen before you assemble? So that's kind of what I'm doing, right? I'm doing my sous chef stuff. So I'm getting all my stuff ready before we get assembling. Now this this stamp set also has a really cute greetings. But before I do that, so the one that has the texture, I'm not going to stamp on this because it already has that texture going on. And if I were to stamp on there, it wouldn't stamp good just because of the texture. But this one is a nice flat one, so it's going to stamp really well. So before I did my greeting on there, I'm going to take my Mango Melody. And this is from that daffodil stamp set. So it's just the cute little splatters. Because I want to give my taco some texture. Because this one is just a plain paper. And I want to be able to stamp a greeting on it. So I'm going to put my splatters on both sides. Now talking about splatters, you could even splatter with a Stampin' Blend if you want, if you didn't have the daffodil. But this worked super good, I thought, for that look of a taco. And let's take our blending brush and our mango. So we'll get a little mango. And we're going to put a little bit on our edges. So it's just got a little bit of dark on our edges there. And I'm just doing both sides, so I don't have to worry about, oh, I did the wrong side. So we're just doing all our edges. I'm also going to do it on the this one, the one that I put the texture on there, because I want to put that on there just because I think sponging on here, the blending brush makes it work super fast. And don't forget, so this is the one that's in the catalog. In the new mini that's coming out, we have baby blending brushes. And don't forget, you only have a few days where you can register for my spring social, and you're actually going to get one of those little baby brushes. They come 3 to a pack. You're not getting a full pack. You're just going to get one little brush that we'll use that day. But aren't they adorable? All right, so there is that. So we'll let those dry. Oh, and I've come to the end of my, whatchamacallit. All right, I just cut the grid sheets in half. All right, because I use so many, because I'm very wasteful, I will admit. But I always like to have a clean one back here. When I'm doing stuff just me, myself, and I, my grid sheet gets pretty dirty. But for the video, I like to kind of keep it a little bit clean. All right, so let's see here. We have a few different greetings. So we have this one, and it's spectacular. And I want to make sure I've got it good and inked. All right, so I'm going to put that on here. So spectacular. Right on there. And we also have, where is it? There it is. They also have these cute little faces. So I'm going to put a little face on this one too. So let me see if that stamps good. Yes. So there's some cute little faces. So I'm going to put a little face on this one. It looks hilarious. All right, so that's that one. This one, I'm not going to do that because, again, it's got the texture. All right, so let's start to build our tacos. So I'm just going to bring them over here. We've got our lettuce. Let me get my green tip glue. We've got our lettuce. We've got our mayonnaise. We got our pick tool. So if you like to do punch art, you probably are already saying yes. You need to have so much different things so going on. All right, so we're going to put our lettuce. So that's why I kind of came down a little bit. So I want my lettuce to kind of be up here a little bit. I don't want it to go all the way because I do want to still see some of my shell. So I'm just going to put a little bit of green tip glue, and then I just keep closing it as I go. And then we'll put our dark lettuce. So we're going to make 2 tacos at the same time. So that looks good. So that's starting of the one. So if you are just joining me, we are doing some fun punch art today. I had forever ago, I mean months ago, it might have been before Halloween, I had done something and I punched one of these circles out, and I can't remember if I had grabbed a piece of scrap paper, so it already had like a score on it. So when I punched it, it had this score on it, and then I folded it and I thought, oh my gosh, that looked like a taco. So it just kind of sat on my desk because I knew I wanted to make one, and today's the day. All right, so this one is just the cardstock flat. I didn't emboss on it or anything, but this one has that embossing, and it does really make it look more taco-ish. Now, if you wanted to do this, you could definitely stamp on it first. So punch out your circle, stamp your spectacular or whatever on there, and then emboss it, and then you would have that greeting. So I just didn't want them to be totally identical. Okay, so we'll move our lettuce, because I'm just doing 2. All right, now we want our little bits of sour cream. So I have, where's my pick tool? It's a lot easier to use my pick tool. All right, so we have sour cream, a drip, and a drip. All right, so same thing, just kind of put your little bit of glue, and then we'll pick up our sour cream, and that looks good. Then we'll put a little sour cream over here. This makes me hungry. All right, so I'm flipping it around so they're not identical. So again, just keep laying this down so that you know if you've got them in the right spot or not, because I might not score them identical. I might have one like thicker or not than the other one. Okay, then flip this around so they're not going the same direction. And then I liked the tiny little teardroppy one as well. So we'll put one on there. So kind of teardroppy. So that gives us that sour cream look. So just keep dropping it down because you can always adjust that if you need to. All right, let's open that back up. Now we have our little black olives. So just lay them so you can pick them up. So there's a back side and a front side. They're not as big of a deal with the with these as the punch because they're really, really tiny. All right, so let's do the same thing. Lay your taco down. So I know I can put a little one here, here, and probably over here. So little black olive, and I'm going probably quicker than I need to. I go for my third booster shot. So I wanted to keep the video not too long. I'm watching live over in the chat. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm right over there. You do have to be logged in to your Google account or YouTube in order to leave comments. So if it gets too close and all of a sudden I stop commenting, it's because I had to take off. All right, because I am taping this ahead of time. And then I took the next day off just in case I feel like crud. All right, so there is 3. Oops, stuck to my finger. 3. Make sure you can see them. Yes. All right. Then we have our tomatoes. Now the tomatoes, I swear, just finished it. So let's put our tomatoes on. So we're just going to drop tiny little blobs of glue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then pick up our tomatoes. Oops, I have glue on my finger because things are sticking to my finger. So lay them down. So this one I can definitely tell if it's the back or the front because this was a punch. I mean, this was a die. So it leaves that kind of like a little beveled edge. Right. So let's see if we can. So some of them are inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. This little guy is inside a little bit. So I'm going to move him up just a tad. All right, so there's that one. And then we'll do our second one. And this one has that texture on there. Let's see. So what kind of things do you like to do punch-wise? Do you like to do punch art? I do, especially when it's so cute and you get so excited. And I even, like last night I was in bed and I was like, okay, I need to do my taco before I forget. All right, so lucky day. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, and I got even. What do I say about even? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means we have to put one more. One more. Where should it be? We'll stick it over here. This is my taco because I love tomatoes. All right. So let's stick that there. So I think that looks pretty good. All right. Now what I want to do is I want to put it together with baby dimensionals. Or you could use full-size dimensionals. Because I want it to give it, I don't want to glue it flat. I want it to have a little bit of 3D look to it. So I'm going to put my dimensionals here. And glue our taco shut. Now, the stamp set also has a lime. So you could do lime. I'll show you the other stamps. Get all these off. It's just so stinking cute. Is it? And it's so bad that when I make something, sometimes I'm always like, well, don't get so excited because you made it. I need to get excited when other people make. But I do. I get excited both times. All right. So there's our cute little tacos. Look how fun that is. Doesn't that really look like a taco, especially with that texture on there? So here's the little spectacular. Here's the one I did earlier, and this one is long time no taco. But let me show you the stamp set. And also, this is what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to make some more, and I think I'm going to put some on, obviously, you know, some cards. Gift cards would be perfect. But what I have is I have these cute little magnets in my cupboard, and I'm going to put them on the refrigerator. And I might have to trim this a little bit. Hang on a minute. Yeah. So I'm going to put these on the fridge. So nobody necessarily is going to see how crazy that magnet looks on the back. So you just peel. Now these magnet sheets I got off of Amazon. I think we had some years ago with Stampin' Up. So I'm just cutting it like that. This one I already put a magnet on. So let's put a magnet over here. But these would be fun if you were giving somebody like a gift card to Taco Bell or something. Wouldn't that be fun to put this on a card? Or you could even just put the magnet on the card, and then you attach it to the card with a removable adhesive so they can take it off and put it on their fridge, because it looks too cute on the fridge, because I already had it hanging on the fridge. But there you go. Let me show you again. So there's the little tacos and my pieces. So I have a bunch more pieces. So let me show you that taco set again. So here's the cute taco set. Now I will put the supply list. I can't do the full supply list only because this isn't live yet. It doesn't go live till January the 5th, so I can't really link to it. I can link to the punches because those are in the catalog. I think everything but this is current. So anyways, but look how cute this is. You spice up my life, your nacho average friend. Holy guacamole, it's your birthday. Spectacular, which I used today. Long time no taco, which I used today. But here's the cute little lime. And I thought, wouldn't that be fun to do one, you know, like maybe this one. I'll put like a little lime and pop it off on the top. It also has a cute little sombrero. And I thought that would be cute on here with the little face. Put the sombrero on there. So I'm going to have fun with these, making these, because I just think they would be so cute. I think it might even, that one might even be cute on a little calendar. Wouldn't that be adorable to put in the kitchen? So anyway, so speaking of calendar, you only have a couple more days to get the guts for December, and that's using this code if you're ordering less than 150. So you would get the guts to make the cute little calendar. You would get the guts to make this fun little card, as well as this little card. Now remember, nothing is stamped. You'll need to have your own stamps. This is DSP, so everybody's bird would be a little bit different. And then you'll get your little calendar. So remember, you have just till December the 30th, or whatever the last day of December. Is that the 30th? Oh, that's the 31st. December 31st. To place a 75 before tax and shipping order, and then you can earn the goodies or the guts. So again, these are the guts. This is the goodies. So you can get the flat adhesive back pearls. If you want both, a lot of people do end up earning both each month. If you order 150 before tax and shipping, you'll get both. If you are ordering 150 before tax and shipping at one time in one order, then you don't want to use my code so that you will get the hostess benefits. So don't forget about that. Also, time is running out for my virtual spring social. I only have 2 or 3 spots left. Late registration is December the 30th, so that's just a few days away. And so let me know if you plan on registering or not. And like I said, I only have a few spots. I don't know if I'll make it till the 30th before I sell out. And that is a virtual event in February. All right, so hopefully you liked these. Let me spin and say, see you later, alligator. I just love these so much. I just want to make tacos all day long because they're so cute. Oh my gosh. They're just adorable. And I love when I make something and then Jeff goes, oh, that's cute. All right. So anyways, so thank you so much for joining me. I cross my fingers that after my shot, all is good and I don't feel too cruddy tomorrow. But like I said, I took the day off just in case. I work from home, so I don't take days off, like real days off. Because if I do feel bad, then I just walk in the house and lay down. It's not like I have to drive to work. Okay, so I'm going to stop blabbing because I would talk with you and blab with you all day long. So thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I hope you like the taco punch art as much as I did making it. And it is Taco Tuesday after all. All right, have a great night, everyone. I will see you Friday for my dies shorts, 3 o'clock Arizona time, same channel. See you later. Bye for now.